They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, this defense for the Ravens, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was pop free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Donaldson. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 33. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Walker now on 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
A partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
I think he thought he had his first read open on that one, but they were obviously ready for that throw, and that's just a lack of experience showing. Young quarterback stared his man down the whole way, and they were more than happy to sit on that route and bring home the INT.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening. That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. So that one will get them halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Dobbins once more. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Donaldson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Donaldson into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Odafe-Oweh. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
These are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Hey, report!
Here's Jackson to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Donaldson. Left side here to Sanders.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Sanders has it over the middle. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. It's a net of 40 there. A punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. And the Seahawks have picked it up. They find some open field here. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Donaldson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Sanders going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll go with the keeper, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point safely through, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive. That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Jackson on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Meanwhile, out in Los Angeles, they're in the 2nd quarter now. And the Rams have opened it up to lead by a couple of touchdowns now. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They go play action with Jackson. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
To about the 26 here.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Donaldson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. To throw on 3rd down. Donaldson. And Walker with it over the middle. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure, they got him again. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. This a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. They'll start with the option. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Bateman going to get it now on the jet sweep.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball-controlled football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
13.
Now Jackson on first down. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Donaldson.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
He's got a man complete.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line.
It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down at the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And some room to maneuver. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Sanders. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! Will Dissly, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback, and when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Play action. It's Jackson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Play action. Now Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 19.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. Jackson now. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They go play action now. Jackson.
He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they ain't shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Hey, middle. Report.
Jackson looking to throw on third. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll. Looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
From the gun on third down, Donaldson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Donaldson. They'll roll him out right. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
On 1st and 10, Donaldson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
It's a 2nd down run. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. He's at the 50, the 30, 10. 10 And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football, just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Miles.
And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to take another shot here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And some room to run now. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Ravens are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He finds his man complete. That's Miles.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Ravens, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.